It's that time of year again. The metal chairs, the stripping of our rights, the teachers that think they have more authority over us than our parents, being in a place that has not many differences from a jail, and the beautiful social hierarchy of popularity. It's back to school time, bitches! Hi Hobknockers, my name's Ramos. Welcome back to my channel. If YouTube recommendations brought you here, I apologize in advance. If you know anything about me, you know I have been through the ringer. You may or may not recognize this thumbnail right here or this video. If you haven't seen that video, I recommend you go watch it because the that I went through in high school, no person should go through. So from my experience, my mistakes, what I've learned over the years, I am going to be giving you high school advice that you absolutely need. I'm a proud veteran of the 4 years of hell. My mission today is to make that a little less painful for you. I'm kind of scared and anxious for this one because I haven't talked about my high school experience in a couple years. So like, let's just bring all the trauma back into the body. Grab a snack, get comfy, get a little drink, because this is gonna be a one-on-one FaceTime with you, coming at you with my high school advice. So I have a few topics here on my phone that I wanted to talk about, and then towards the end, I'm gonna answer questions that you guys asked me on Instagram and YouTube. Follow my Instagram, by the way. Okay, so 90% of these questions were about drama. And if anyone knows anything about drama, this bitch. So I have been jumped. I've had people show up to my house cussing out my parents. I got suspended twice. Am I the drama? Am I the drama? But on a real note, my first few years of high school just started out with some like bullying here and there. It wasn't anything too serious, you know, besides me getting jumped because a girl's boyfriend called me cute. But when it really got bad is when I started social media. Now, in high school, everything's like a competition, basically. That is how people look at it. If you start social media, or let's say you're an actress or a model or anything out of the ordinary, fucking recipe for people to hate your guts. I'm just saying, people don't like people that are doing better than them, and they will do everything in their power to make you feel less than them, to put you down. So I'm just saying, if you are on a path to, you know, social media, or you have big dreams, or you're doing something out of the ordinary that's not college and a 9-to-5, high school is going to be significantly more hard for you. People don't like people who stand out. I would also love to say this because I see this so much. High school is what you make it. Bullshit. I call bullshit. High school is not what you make it. You cannot control why some of these people hate you. Literally, you could do nothing and just exist. And there will be girls that hate you because you're pretty. There'll be girls that hate you because you're funny, because you're with the guy that they want. There will be people that talk shit about you because you don't give a f what anyone thinks. You have a YouTube channel. You act, you model. You cannot control people hating you out of jealousy. So whether or not they want to make your life a living hell is up to them. It's not up to you. But you can control how you react to things. One of my most commonly asked questions was, what do you do when people talk behind your back? People that are friends, blah, blah, blah. And here's my word of advice for that. If they can't say the things that they're saying about you to your face, that is a compliment in itself. You intimidate them. They are a little pussy ass bitch. They can't walk up to you and say anything. So they have to make others try to see you as less appealing because they're insecure about themselves. That's what that says. If they aren't saying it to your face, it shouldn't be a worry for you. End of story. How to cut people off when you have classes with them. So this was one of the fatal mistakes I made in high school. Sorry, I talk with my hands a lot, like. I always thought that people that did me wrong needed to know they did me wrong. I had to lay out for them every thing that they did for me. I had to have a conversation, which in high school, this is the only time I'm gonna say this, communication is not key. One of the sayings that my brother told me that helped me out a lot is never burn bridges, only build them. And I'm not saying that you have to be best friends with someone who was literally fucking your boyfriend last night, but I am saying that to have someone out of your life, there doesn't need to be any sort of falling out. Now you can take the high road. I mean, I know it's so satisfying to be like, you fucked my boyfriend, you're a little bitch, eat my ass. But like, trust me in saying this, it'll make your life so much easier if you just take the high road. You maybe distance yourself a little bit, you only talk to them in class and you don't talk to them out of class. Because trust me, having people to constantly avoid everywhere is not a fun time. This is such a weird piece of advice, but have the least amount of people hate you as possible. Now, for me in high school, once I started YouTube, it was like a trend to fucking hate me.
She's not going to college, like she's doing YouTube, like her, like she's a piece of shit.
And you guys think I'm exaggerating? Ask any social media influencer that was in the public school system and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, of course, some people will hate you because they're jealous or things that you can't control. But for the things that you can control, you know, like just talking shit about people, just being rude, things like that, just try to lay off of, try to stay out of the drama, keep your head down. That's my biggest piece of advice. You're there to get a degree, so just get your degree. It doesn't need to be a whole fucking social party, you know what I mean? How to be okay with not having friends at school. Sorry if you can hear a fucking dog barking. There was classes that I had no friends in, and honestly it sucks. But my biggest piece of advice to you is throw your AirPods in, keep your head down, you're there to learn, do whatever you gotta do. It sucks, it's not fun, but who cares? Think of it realistically, I haven't seen 90% of the people I've went to high school with after I graduated. You're probably never gonna see these people again, so who gives a f? Now on the other side of that, how do you make friends at school? Obviously, joining sports will be very helpful, joining like some sort of club, like an art club, whatever. Things where you're forced into like groups with people. Things where you have to interact. And obviously part of this is also being outgoing. Trust me, I know how hard it can be. Believe it or not, I was the most introverted ass little hoe in school. I literally would shake when someone asked me what the date was. You just have to force yourself. No one can tell if you're dying on the inside, right? Just like make jokes with people or ask a funny question in class or throw yourself out there, give people compliments. Like you have no idea how much a compliment can make someone's entire day, let alone someone's entire week. Now let's talk about the social hierarchy in high school. The popular group. Okay, this is so funny. I don't want to say I was in the popular group because I wasn't. However, I had many opportunities to be scouted into this little group, which I never wanted to be in. Now, in movies and TV shows, the popular group is displayed as like, you know, the most attractive people in the school or the most funny people in the school. If you're in high school, you know that that does not stand truth in real life at all. This is gonna be the most bland, basic group of people who gets their power from being mean to everyone. They will all be the same, most likely have no personalities, not have any extravagant looks, and I'm not here to put people down, but they literally get their power from making other people feel like shit. Now this is their peak. I will be the first one to tell you, everyone that was in like the little popular group at my school, as soon as they graduated, boom, no friends. Because they're bad people. They're pieces of shit. When they don't have that glory anymore, they die off. And that's just another version of like, what goes around comes around. Those 4 years that you guys spent literally making everyone's life a living hell is now coming back to you. You have no friends, you're alone, and you wonder why no one likes you. Because there was nothing ever special about you to begin with. You just got a high off treating people badly. And let me tell you, the glow downs that the people that are mean in high school have are insane. That's all I'm gonna say about that. They're insane. So just don't worry about them. How do you stay organized? Now, I might be the wrong person to ask about this, considering my 58 cleaning room videos, and if you guys saw my lockers or my backpack, you would probably scream. But now, I'm a very organized person. I'm obviously not in school anymore, but with YouTube, I like to have a planner, have a Notion. Notion is this really cute virtual planner thing that you can get on your computer or your phone. I will link some tutorials in the description because there is a learning curve on it, but it is very nice to stay organized with. How do you get better grades? I get it, I'm Asian. No, I'm kidding. Besides my ethnicity, I always pretty much had a really easy time in school. If you know this key piece of information, you'll be fine. School is actually based on memorization, not intelligence. If you can memorize things, you'll be golden. You don't need to be smart to get straight A's. I promise you. Now, the key to memorization is obviously studying. Studying, getting quizzed, repeat. If you can build your memory, you can get straight A's easily, I promise you. Now, some things to do to build up your memory are just like flashcards or memorization games, and then making a schedule for yourself that you can study on, you will be golden. Now I'm gonna go into some of the questions you guys have and answer those and give you some advice based on those. Seriously, what's the key to not giving a f? I want to be at least half as confident as you. This one just kind of like comes naturally. Because don't get me wrong, there was a point in time where I gave a f what every single person thought. And then over time, it kind of just faded. One of the most painful things is living your life to please other people. I figured that I don't want to die wishing I had done this, wishing I had done that, being regretful. And for what? For a couple of kids that I'm never gonna see again in my life? Like, it's so dumb. Everybody's like, you have so much confidence, like you started a YouTube channel, blah, blah, blah. When I first started my YouTube channel, I didn't tell anyone about it. They just kind of found it. And the way that they found it means that I'm doing well. When everybody started really figuring out about my channel, I was at 20,000 subscribers. It wasn't a problem because it goes from like, haha, like I'm gonna make fun of you for having a YouTube channel, to like, oh shit, like you might actually go somewhere with this. I guess my biggest tip in confidence is to just go for what you want. Like if you're one of those people that knows what you want in life and you can just go out there and get it despite what anyone else says or thinks, even if you have to pretend at the beginning, you are gonna build confidence from that naturally. You're gonna build confidence because you know what you want in life, you can go and get it, and despite what everyone else thinks, you are still going to do everything in your power to have that life. Rumors are being spread about me the whole year. Like I said, if they can't say it to your face, it's not an issue. But I've had so many rumors spread about me, especially after I started social media. And I know it sucks, you know, hearing things about you that you have never said or done. It's like I learned something fake new about myself every day. Like low-key, sometimes they got kind of creative with it. Like, props to you guys. But if you're relevant enough in their minds for them to literally come up with lies to you to make people hate you, you're doing good in life. Just remember that. What's the hardest grade you've been through and why? Probably my freshman to sophomore year. So I have a story time on this, but I'm just gonna give you guys a little background. So I was best friends with this girl, this girl was batshit crazy. Let's call her Casey. So me and Casey were best friends. She came from a damaged home, but so did I, and I didn't act batshit crazy. Anyway, she was very like territorial over me. Every time I hung out with a different friend, it was like an issue. Long story short, she was like naturally dirty blonde, and I was dyeing my hair blonde. For some reason, this really pissed Casey off. We were both on the cheer team. Like a day after I got my highlights, there was a group chat made with everyone on the cheer team except for me. A lot of people in said group chat were my best friends. Soon enough, the pictures of my highlights were sent. Casey accused me of trying to be a mini her. Why the f would I ever want that bitch? Everyone just kind of jumped on the train. You know, it's cheerleaders, a bunch of teenage girls wanting to fit in. Like,
oh my god, like what is she doing? Like why is she dyeing her hair?
They're all f***ing bleach blonde now, so yeah, f*** you bitches, I did it first. I mean, just with that group chat, she started like a f***ing cult of people that hated me. These people would make my life miserable, and obviously I would fight back. I'm not gonna sit here and play a little pussy ass victim. Like, I said some choice words to them as they came for me first when I didn't even do anything. It started into this like war of going back and forth, but it was like, I mean, like 12 people against like one person. So obviously I was alone. It wasn't easy. It sucked. The whole time I was like, what did I do? Like, why did they choose me to f***ing like collectively hate? Like, I'm relatively nice to everyone. I don't understand. And it sucked, but like sometimes that's just what happens. Long story short, Casey decides that she doesn't like the hate cult that she created of me anymore. So she decides to be friends with me again. And obviously I'm like, yeah, I'll be your friend. I literally have no one, and I've been getting bullied for the past 8 months, literally crying in my room every night, borderline suicidal, like, please. So I became friends with her, and then obviously the whole rest of the cult is pissed off. They're like, what the f***?
Casey, you made all of us hate her, and now you're being friends with her and leaving us?
Long story short, me and Casey were friends again. She started getting involved with like drugs, alcohol, ditching school, and this was when we were like freshmen. So we were young, and obviously I was like, f all of that, like I'm a sober ass bitch, like look at me. So we just like distanced from each other. During this time, her ex-boyfriend broke up with her, and I was really good about being there for her, even though she literally did everything in her power to make my life a living hell months before, but it's fine, whatever, you know, it's fine. Her ex-boyfriend, which she was still f***ing while he was talking to a new girl, was like DMing me and calling me cute and saying all this stuff. Didn't really answer, didn't really think anything about it. Like, we weren't close at this time. We barely talked. Then I get a text message on the way to school that's like,
don't talk to me no more.
And I literally just said like, wasn't planning on it or something like that, because like, you never mind. When I'm walking out of school this day, she jumps on my back, starts hitting me. I don't fight back because I was on the cheer team. I made varsity and I didn't want to get kicked off. So I just let her kind of hit me, which is stupid in retrospect. Good thing she wasn't strong, because I've seen some stories on TikTok of psycho-ass bitches who like attack them and then they have like brain injuries for life. My heart goes out to you, Martina McClure, but like letting her totally just hit me and not fighting back because I didn't want to get kicked off the cheer team was the dumbest shit I've ever done. That is the dumbest rule, that you can't defend yourself without getting suspended. Like, what the f? And I didn't get suspended, but she got suspended for like 5 days. But it just like wasn't fun. So probably my freshman to sophomore year was the hardest grade I've been through. If you had a piece of advice for senior year, what would it be? Just take it all in, make the most of it. This is another really key part. If your school offers part-time, which is basically you do half a day for your senior year every day instead of the full day, do it. If you have enough credits and you were able to do that, take full advantage of that. That is the best decision I ever made for my senior year. I would go to school for literally 3 hours, come home at 10:30, work on my YouTube, and the #1 reason why my channel took off that year. Instead of sitting in a classroom getting fed pointless information or classes that you don't need, you could be working and making money. So if your school offers that, definitely take them up on that. How do I not kill myself? Oh man, this shit sucks. I know it sucks, but this is the thing we gotta remember about high school. It is temporary. It is not forever. You're there to get a piece of paper and you've already been through the ringer. You're literally in high school and you will graduate with this piece of paper. My high school experience would have been so much easier if I didn't do social media, but I honestly think it was worth it because this is what makes me happy. This is what I want to do, and I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. Now, if you want to go check out my school storytime video and see like the in-depth version of everything that happened to me at school, the link to that will be in the description. I actually have a school storytime series on my old channel, which the school was not very happy about, and the principal still watches my videos, so hey baby, thank you for the AdSense. But I hope this advice helped you in some way possible. I hope you can learn from my mistakes, and I hope this gave you a peace of mind. I love you guys so much. Try not to be too miserable in school for me. I love you. Bye.